Thunder Grunt.
Yet again, for, what is this, the 14th time? 15th,
Sure.
technically.
Well, yes.
Because, but yeah, it's the
road
14th
show.
canon. It's us, your lovable compatriots in the search for truth, justice, and the way.
The way.
Yeah, the way that, and when I say that, I mean the way that 1997's fastball, the way.
Yes, that way.
Yeah.
Not the fucking Ugandan Knuckles way.
Yeah, who's got time for that?
Fastball's the way. Great album.
Honestly, yeah, I mean,
I owned it. It was good.
Yeah. Where were they going? Honestly,
I don't know.
That was the real They Know, the original They Know. Anyway, I am the agent settler of Huey Heston. My name is Bah.
I'm the agent and settler of Matthew, PA. My name is Map.
And this is They Know, the podcast about answering the questions that we all have always wanted to know, and letting you know. This episode honestly, this episode is really been a lesson in tempering your expectations.
Oh, yeah.
This one's not going to be the best, but it might be the worst.
So yeah.
So you can look forward to
We
that.
can find the bottom.
Yeah, it's always good to plumb the depths and find out just how deep the rabbit hole goes in regards to your quality. Anyway, so this
Do you have
one,
a name for this?
This one is called Soulless Train.
Oh, that's right.
And initially we wanted to do one about like magic and like, harnessing that or multiple dimensions or something. And then it kind of spiraled off into be about travel. So like magical ways to get around. And the first thing we had chosen,
That sparked the whole thing.
yeah, we were very excited. We found it in our list, and it was highway trolls.
Yes.
Which
Which I don't know where the fuck that came up.
there's nothing
on the
about
list.
highway trolls.
I was expecting, like a bridge troll type of thing in America or something.
That's what I was expecting, either that or like a crossroads demon kind of thing
Something.
but a troll. And honestly, I guess we could have done crossroads demons now that we've gotten to this point. But that's been done to death. We've all seen Supernatural. All right. So, there's nothing there. So we were looking.
So yeah, tried to pivot. We were like, all right, trolls then. Just trolls in general. Real trolls, not internet trolls.
Yeah. Some kind of troll. So then we found a troll highway.
Mm-hmm.
In Scandinavia.
Mm-hmm. What was it called? Troll sting?
Troll Sveg.
Svengt?
Yeah, it's something.
I can't remember.
It's troll Scandinavian word. Yeah, it's very weird. And
or a GTV, or was it? Well, I don't know.
It's a very strange thing. It doesn't matter because it's just
a road.
A road.
It's a dangerous road.
As I was looking, I'm like, oh, okay, this might be something. And then it's only showing up on like danger roads. There's trolls in all these pictures. And that's why I was like, oh shit, maybe this is a good thing to use.
No.
But no, they're just like road sign trolls.
And it's also like every video on that road was just people driving on it.
Yeah. And
without incident. Even though it was described as the most dangerous road.
It was a very oh God, there was just nothing there. And
So then we were like, all right, the troll gate or whatever in Norway.
Yeah.
Also, there's sort of nothing there.
It's just
except for like folklore.
Yeah, it's all.
Except the only thing I found was that.
Did you get something?
I found one thing that was kind of interesting, just in that it made people outside of Norway be like, "Oh, maybe there are trolls there."
Well, like the movie Troll Hunter.
Yes,
that's basically like there are trolls, but nobody knows about them because it's supposed to be like a national secret or something.
Yes. Yeah. But in this thing I found, it was after World War One, like when NATO was established.
Yeah.
And they were reaching out to all the countries in Europe to be like, hey, you want to be under our umbrella? Then we need to basically survey your areas and look at all your...
Yeah.
See what you got, figure out where you need help or what... Because it's also about trading, so it's like, see what kind of resources we can all work together with. And Norway was like, sure, asterisk, you are not allowed to fly a plane over past the 24th longitude of our country. You're not allowed to send any planes over that area, which was the mountainous region that they say the trolls are all in. Like, and they were like, you're not allowed to fly any planes over that. No surveying planes can go over that. And there was something else. And no one was allowed to go there on foot without being escorted.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, no one was allowed to go to that. They were just like, yeah, come check us out except for that. And that was like the one thing that made people be like, oh shit. Because there was also, I watched a thing, there's like a photo of a troll, like a huge, like a mountain-sized troll that they said was from like 1942 from like like an Allied soldier or something took it while flying over Norway. But I also then found a thing where a guy was pretty much like, this is just a photo from the movie Troll Hunter that they degraded and integrated into an older photograph that seemed legit. So I don't think that photo was real. But them telling them they couldn't fly the planes over parts of the country was.
That's interesting.
That was kind of interesting.
All right. I mean, honestly, it might just be like, what do you call it? Iceland. Iceland has fairy houses, and you don't.
Oh yeah.
You're not. When I was there, like you could see them. They're like little built out of stones and things like that, and they don't like it when you ask about it. They're just like, yeah, deal with it. That's the way this country is, and they make sure that like highways like don't intersect with where they are and stuff like that. But they're everywhere. And I didn't go up and like inspect any because I didn't want to get ferried or whatever. But yeah. So I imagine it's just something similar to that. So
also, when I was listening to troll stuff, the funniest thing I came across was there was one guy who theorized that a large portion of Norwegian people are descendants of trolls and have like troll blood in them. And that's why they help hide them, because the majority of the country is trolls.
Wow.
Or at least partial trolls.
Man, that's like the shadow over Innsmouth. They're all like turning into like sea beasts.
No, they're turning into people. They're slowly shrinking over time. That was some bullshit. Listening to people be like, well, there's large trolls and there's small trolls. And no one's a descendant of the larger one.
Yeah.
Okay. But there's no trolls on highways.
There's none.
None.
They just trolls seem to have been completely oblivious to highways.
They don't like roads, I guess.
Yeah. Trolls go it alone, man. They don't need this.
What if Bigfoot's a troll?
What? Dude.
Boom.
We are knocking down some walls.
He's not an ape man. It's just it's an American troll, and there's barely any of them left.
American trolls.
We got smaller mountains, so we got smaller trolls.
First, I don't think that idea has been put forth anywhere else.
Perfect.
American troll.
At least we're getting something out of this episode.
Fine. Like, there we go. That's aces. All right, that has elevated this episode. All right. That is good to know.
Yeah.
So put that down for when it obviously comes to light, and the rest of us can join Matt in the promised land. Map.
So equally as disappointing as highway trolls
was our second, although we did find stuff to talk about.
Yeah, but it's like
it's all boring as shit.
No, it sucks, dude. The last thing I listened to was like a 30-minute guided meditation that I thought I was gonna learn facts from, but it just turned out to be a meditation.
So disappointing. It is soul travel.
Yeah.
Or astral projection.
If it had said that on the list, if it was like soul travel / astral projection, it would have been like, okay, never mind.
But soul travel sounds awesome.
Yeah. And there's also a cool band called the Soul Travelers that I ended up finding.
Really?
Yeah, it was okay.
Is it like a soul covers of like Blues Traveler songs?
No, that'd be pretty good. I might check that out.
Oh, man. Yeah, so here real quick. What is soul travel? In the simplest terms, soul travel is an individual moving closer to the heart of God. This movement takes a variety of forms. One form is the sensation of fast movement of the soul body through the planes of time and space.
Oh, God. Sorry.
Oh, whoa.
I was trying to find soul travelers.
In reality, though, is such movement possible? Soul exists on all planes, so what feels like movement or travel is simply soul coming into an agreement with fixed states and conditions that already exist in some world of time and space. A contemplative may hear a rushing sound, like a wailing wind in a tunnel, along with a sensation of incredible speed. But as explained, souls do not move. Soul is time.
Oh.
Soul is. Time and space adjust to soul's state of consciousness, and it is an adjustment of time and space that renders an illusion of movement or breathtaking speed. Soul travel is for the bold and courageous in spirit. But remember, since one doesn't in fact travel anywhere, it's impossible to get lost.
Oh.
Keep that principle in mind during a spiritual exercise. It will lend the confidence to open your heart to love and so delight in any enlightenment that finds you. So basically, it's very, very, very crystal huggy. It's very much about meditation. I was reading a lot of people were like, "Is it possible through Jewish meditation?" And I'm like, there was like 6 different people who asked that. And I'm like, why is that? Why is that the caveat?
So
like, why
is that?
There's too
type
much.
Of meditation
There's too much.
Different?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, part of what I actually saw was not astral projection, but like past life regression, essentially.
Yeah.
Where you like access your souls. You're traveling throughout your soul. Your eternal soul.
Okay.
That keeps getting reincarnated. So you soul travel by re-experiencing past lives through meditation.
Oh, okay. So you're by soul traveling, you're traveling
through your own experience.
It's like literal self-searching.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Through like your entire experience. And a lot of it was like, the one thing I was listening to, like, you know, if you're afraid of, I was listening to these 2 people talk to Art Bell, and he was like, I'm afraid of the earth swallowing me up. Just opening up and eating me, chasms, anything, just sinkholes terrify me. And they're like, if you're afraid of something that's never happened to you in this life, you can use soul traveling to figure out what happened to you in a past life. To confront your fears.
I am afraid of squids, and I don't want to soul travel to find out why that is.
Oh, these people also were like, yeah, you can die in your dreams. Like they were like separating soul. They're like incorporating soul travel into everything. It was basically like your soul is the way you experience every different state of consciousness, essentially. Yeah. So like, and it is you. So you can experience death in the astral plane, and it'll happen here. Kind of shit. And they talked about like, what did they call them? Dream invaders. Who are like other soul travelers that can find you, seek you down specifically to fuck with you while you're sleeping because you don't know how to control your soul traveling.
So
they prey on people.
They're not like incubi.
It's other people.
It's just other people.
Just like if somebody hates you and they know about soul travel, they'll try to kill you in your sleep and shit.
That's weird. Maybe that could account for some ghost encounters, you know, like people who dream of like some witch over and over again. Maybe it's just some lady who doesn't like you and understands soul travel. I mean, literally anything is possible at all times forever. Mm-hmm. And we need to accept that.
Dude, that guided meditation thing I listened to was hysterical. He was like, make your feet grow. Feel that sensation. Just stretch your feet an inch bigger. Now relax, and then he was like, you inflate different parts of your body with your brain or your essence or whatever, and then it was so stupid. It was just like, now do it 6 inches, feels 6 inches taller and 6 inches wider and all this shit. And then he's like, now float in the air. You're 1,000 feet in the air. Look down. Do you see your house?
It's all just pretend. It's all imagined
it's
stuff.
just like, if you don't, it's essentially somebody going like, just accept everything your subconscious plops in your brain while I'm talking to you is real. And then accept that as your past life.
It's like hypnosis.
Yeah.
It's like a very bullshitty version of hypnosis where, you get to fly, I guess.
You're not allowed to question it at all. The guy was just like, look down. Just think of a different life.
Yeah.
Then experience what you see. And that's it. That was your life. That was one of them.
Wow, you did it.
It was so stupid.
That's just like imagination is real.
Yeah.
And that's insane.
I don't know, have you ever meditated?
Yeah.
Thoughts just shoot through your brain.
Yeah, you're not
in control of them.
You're in like low power mode.
It's like they're just firing across the back of your eyes, essentially.
Yeah.
And this guy's just like, and that's your past life.
Yeah,
whatever that is, don't question it. If it doesn't make any sense, it's not up to you to decide if it made sense, because that's a different life.
That's so weird. It's so difficult to understand how that catches on. Like what's the appeal? Is it just mean like, I guess it gives somebody who is like, who doesn't necessarily take the time to respect their own imagination, like to think or just like pretend in their head. And if you apply some level of reality to it, then they have to like give it some credence. I don't understand why this is like.
I think I want to know how many people that do this, like soul travel into a past life. I want a chart that shows
a spreadsheet.
How many of those people, just a pie chart, how many people re-experienced boring nothingness? Because everybody's always like, I was on a battlefield. I was a fucking statesman in Rome. No one's ever like, yeah, I watched my past life and it was like I was a farmer and there was this rabbit and ate some of my carrots and made me upset.
Yeah, it's like
it's always like, I was this pivotal character in a war, or I was the head of my tribe in a prehistoric time. You're like, no one's ever just a boring ass fuckhead.
Yeah, history is
dude,
vastly dominated
by people who did nothing, absolutely nothing on a daily basis, and everybody's like, oh, I was a superhero, and you're like, oh my god. Someone had to have a boring ass past life.
Yeah, we're not all super interesting.
Yeah.
Man.
So that's why I think, though, because everybody has like it's always this thing like, I was so much more interesting than I am now. It's just for boring ass people.
That's a real exposing look at just how people need to deal with their banality.
Yeah.
It's just like, I used to be an amaze. Look at me now. But it's just, wow, that's
weird, man.
That's staggering. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I can see the value in it for like your own personal need to feel important, because I guess like it can be kind of crushing to deal with the fact that you're really kind of not that important. But
I love like a soul regression person just be like, after like 3 regressions, he's just like, we should probably just stop. You're incredibly boring across all time. I'm sorry.
Like, I mean, you've gone from turnips to radishes. And now we're on to potatoes. I just feel like, we've hit bedrock here.
We're done. There's nothing else. You are empty.
There's nothing to try. It's a straight line, man.
That's why I can never buy into that type of shit. Because no one ever is like, oh. Like that lady, Richard Palm, was like, do you want to know about your past lives?
Yeah,
and
she was like, fucking Atlantean and shit.
Yeah, it's like, fuck off. Like, tell me I was a librarian in a small town and did nothing.
That's fine. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'd almost prefer that.
So crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that right there is the real, it's like everybody has to be special despite the fact that pretty much nobody is special. And that's always going to be the flaw in this. But I mean, we're kind of nihilistic. So
yeah.
Maybe we're
it's
the
not
problem.
It's not going to help us at all, but might help somebody out there. But
oh man! But you know what? Enough of this crystally shit. Let's get to this is such an interesting concept.
On one hand, well, I read one thing that dismissed it so offhandedly. It was just like, this is dog shit. It's based on nothing.
It's hard to find stuff about this.
Yes, that's what makes it kind of interesting.
Yeah, because we're just gonna say it, and then I want to read this. I want to read this entry because it's.
This name jumped out of the page at us.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, we got to find travel-y
We
type
got what this is, and it is it's eggless travel, and I mean egg like the chicken thing. So in a nutshell, you know what? I'm gonna read this.
Yeah.
This is what eggless. This is just. It's not what eggless travel is. I don't think. I don't even understand. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
Eggless travel. These parallel universes exist in what could be called the fifth dimension. First dimension, cannot be sensed, there is nothing but itself. Second dimension, sensed by touch, primarily. Third dimension, sensed by eyes, primarily. Fourth dimension, sensed by memory. You must understand the relationship between you, your body, self, consciousness / metaphysical, and physical, external world. All things can be expressed as being varying levels and patterns of energy, quantum structures. That was parenthetical. This energy is the same as consciousness. When physical and metaphysical were first formed, perceived, they took on opposite appearance in order to be perceived, but they are still connected as the same. Physical is made up of quantum subatomic particles, which are in turn made up of, parenthetically, nothing, another universe on a level lower than this one, patterns, patterns and shifting complexities of energy reacting off of itself. There are more complex masses things are. This doesn't make any sense. Just deal with it.
Actually, kind of.
No, I mean it makes sense, but the way it's written is it's by a crazy person. You must understand the relationship between yourself. It's you-r-self, and these waves and fields of quanta. Parallel dimensions are spatial, as is time. If they were to be seen, they would appear as a fractal pattern condensed into a single one-dimensional point. But this is impossible because the observer would need to be separate of it. All matter and non-matter is arranged in a fractal pattern, chaos fractal. But a fractal does not really exist, only appears as such. Each section of the fractal is made up of an infinity of repeating images, shrinking themselves down to fill in the lines which are seen from a distance. But there is no... each section of what we call a universe. One three-dimensional frame. Solar systems down to an atomic field's nuclear star. And as you, fractals are generated by using real and imaginary numbers, the real being the perception of and the imaginary the existence of. Existence does not exist. This fractal of physical is mirrored by the metaphysical. Consciousness arranges itself as a fractal. Patterns of consciousness can affect patterns of subatomic particles, though an individual's wave of consciousness will hardly affect more than a molecule. Travel is made through the mind as well, and so the self must be fully understood too. What is called the being by a majority of people, quote unquote, is biological. The self is a result of the pattern of bioelectrical chemical synapses in the brain. These sensory perceptors intercept consciousness, which is a waveform, and alternately emits waves, vibrations. This biological determination, as well as the memory, create what makes up the standard, quote-unquote, person. However, these chemical interpretations can be altered and expanded through use of various psychotropic chemicals, namely LSD, DMT, and psilocybin. Psilocybin and DMT act upon the language centers of the mind, all of the internal dialogue you exchange with certain entities. This dialogue comes as a sort...
Are you waiting for me to stop you? Because this is never going to end?
It does end. But
I was about to be like, shoot me a look.
No.
Bit.
We're a little over halfway through it.
Oh my god.
After all the conditioning and programming has been stripped away, LSD is a great fight for this. Your naked soul, the unpaved consciousness wave, is awakened. You will understand the relationship between all. Now here is a little thing that they've drawn, and it's not really drawn. It's not really drawn. It's just, It just is a bunch of dashes, and then in the middle of the dashes it says flower, and then a bunch of dashes, and then in the left of the dashes it says smiles, and then in the bottom it's a bunch of dashes, and to the right it says flower again. You will later become aware of the fifth dimension and learn how to operate it. My guess is that it has something to do with the centers of the brain dealing with imagination. And you can access other parallel physical universes. It is also possible to access alternate metaphysical universes. As the wave collapses to a particle of infinite and alternate particles is formed, the act of observation and the nature of possibility, as the folks at Ong's Hat were doing, which is important. Ong's Hat will come up again, riding the wave. Once all this is figured out, you can walk into another universe. Everything becomes understood, and a higher level of complexity is in awareness and wave consciousness is reached by the individual. This individuality is also a false concept, only an appearance by a false observer. Nothing exists. Nothing is everything as one. All is one. This is chaos. Chaos eventually, in its timelessness, perceived itself in divisions it had just made. These first two divisions are what became the physical and metaphysical. In the hyperspace theory, these are the fourth and sixth dimensional universes. Which of the two expanded and which contracted, and then ... question mark. These two then also divided infinitely into the parallel hypofractals which make up his existence. Perceiver equals perceived. Metachaotic fractals. Existence does not exist. So that is pretty much...
I almost was going to ask a question to try to shoot a hole in that, but... But how do you? It's bulletproof.
It's bulletproof. Existence doesn't exist. Everything you thinking about questioning this is irrelevant. Basically, to boil all that down into something that is easily understandable, eggless travel is traveling to other dimensions without using technology.
Yeah. Much easier way to say it than that fucking diatribe.
I just wanted to read that because...
Oh, it's amazing.
It's amazing, and it's really weird. Like, the way it's written is so fractal. It's just very, fractured. It's an interesting... That's the kind of people who think of eggless travel. And that's why I wanted to read it, is because it gives you an idea of where this came from.
Why egg?
So, I found that out.
Yeah, okay, good.
So, the initial machine... So, in Ong's Hat, Ong's Hat was a town.
Oh, was it?
Was it not a town?
Does it exist?
No.
Can you see it?
No.
Can you find it?
No.
Has anyone seen it?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
So that's the important thing about Ong's Hat.
Not a single person has ever seen it.
Ong's Hat.
It's in the Catskills.
Yes.
They say it's just like, in the 70s, a bunch of scientists were like, we're going to go do whatever the fuck we want.
In Ong's Hat.
In this place we made up called Ong's Hat, without the government being like, you shouldn't be doing this kind of stuff.
And they all disappeared.
And then they all disappeared. But yet somehow people know that they developed a machine that they referred to as the egg, which was the thing you climb inside,
hook a bunch of things up to your head. Yeah.
And then it takes you to a parallel dimension that they... This is the part that's so stupid about the whole thing. Like I said, that like the one thing where it was like a 2-minute video where the guy was just like, I'm throwing this out the window. No one has spoken to a person that said they started Ong's Hat. Mm-hmm. No one has ever been there.
No.
No one, there is no documentation of the egg. Like, how did anyone know
about
that
egg?
They made an egg and then went to another dimension and never came back with it?
Yeah, how would you... It's all third person stuff.
And then on top of that, then the take... Like, so then you're like, okay, hey, there's a town full of scientists in the woods that nobody's ever been to, and they teleported to another dimension using an egg machine, but none of it's still there because they teleported to another dimension. How the fuck do like hundreds of other people then start going like, well, we got to figure out how to get over there without the egg?
Yeah.
To then create an entire like subculture called eggless travel. It's based on something you can't prove in any way, shape, or form. Yeah. There's not a photograph. There's nothing. It's just a rumor.
Yeah.
Because the one thing I was watching was talking. It said it was the first. I forget. AGR experiment, like altered something reality, where you just say something, don't let anybody see it, and then see if anybody believes it, kind of a thing. And it was like one of the first ones. It was like a psychological experiment on like theory crafting almost versus
an actual
science to travel into another dimension. It's so weird.
This one, honestly, the whole idea of this, the whole plot of it, reminds me a lot of
Altered
Fringe.
States. Oh, Fringe. Yeah,
Fringe is very similar to this.
That
in
is
that,
true. But they said, who is they?
Yeah.
But they say that the people went there, and it was just the same Earth with buildings, but no people.
Oh, so
they
it's
went
like,
there
like
and
the
they were like,
Langoliers.
oh, yeah, it was more like the Langoliers. Because according to that guy, if you step out of time, you would then start stepping out. Like if you step, according to what that guy said, if you displace time from the equation that creates a human, because it has to be a collection of memories that formulate a physical being, then you
don't exist.
So. Sort of makes sense. That's why I said it sort of makes sense, because when I was thinking about it, I was like, yeah.
Well, yeah,
if they went to a place where there are no humans because it's outside of the time, but they still knew who they were, then they would still exist there.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So,
even though it's bullshit.
It's,
but simple drawing lines, it makes sense.
But yeah, so in theory,
people think they went there to start like a utopia of like science.
In theory,
and people want to go there because they think it's
a town.
Yes.
But it's no longer in our plane of existence. It is now in a parallel unit, the parallel dimension. And the scientists who were there created something called the egg, which lets you
jump back and forth.
Jump through dimensions technologically. But eggless travel uses meditation or drugs to achieve the same thing.
That's why I was thinking altered states. Like
that makes sense. So the interesting thing about eggless travel is that everything.
Because it's all based on nothing, so everything about it's fairly
everything becomes. It's like the webs that have been spun from eggless travel. So I was reading, like, there's a supposedly it's big in the pagan community, eggless travel, and that it was done at a pagan event in the 80s. Somebody egglessly traveled.
Can you hold my eggs? I'm gonna travel real quick.
I don't have time for this. Eggs
what did he do? Did he just like blink out of existence? And
it was like a group of people he took with him, and the one person wrote about it. I only found accounts of accounts of accounts.
Gotcha.
So I don't have any details.
That's this whole thing.
Yeah, everything
is accounts of accounts of accounts.
Maybe that's a side effect of eggless travel. Matt, did you ever think about that?
That is very interesting thought.
Yeah.
Because if you're removing your thought essence from the equation, you might be deleting things that are
then that's why Ong's hat doesn't exist anymore.
So maybe they didn't take the egg with them, but once everyone in Ong's hat went there and no one else knew of the egg, it disappeared. Here.
Yeah. Which is interesting.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, because that's like what was it? There's a book called John Dies at the End. And there are these demons in that when they kill you, they wipe you out of your existence. And there's a part where the guy is recounting this fact that he's telling a story, and then there's maybe 6 points through it where things don't add up. And the guy's like, why don't they add up? And he's like, I don't think there were just 4 of us there. I think there were 5, and I don't get to remember that other guy. He's gone. He is erased from existence. But I have hints of him in my memory, so I can still, because things don't add up otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
So that sort of sounds like what eggless travel is, only not nefarious. It's like you're leaving, and therefore in the data stream that is this universe, by editing yourself out, we still get impressions of you having been here, but we don't remember you actually having been here. Which that's a weird thing.
Yeah, it's like a layered image.
Yes.
That is our reality, and once you take one of those layers into somewhere else, it doesn't look the same.
It doesn't look the same. Although there are inconsistencies because that layer's not there anymore.
It's like a rough kind of like mosaic of what it used to be.
Yeah. So that's it. I mean, eggless travel seems, and then so mostly it's done with like it was mentioned, psilocybin. What do you call it? The other one. LSD and DMT. Actually, I'm so uncool. I don't know what DMT is.
DMT is actually every hallucinogenic drug is a derivative of it.
Really?
DMT is it's really interesting. I watched a thing about it and read a book. It's like the if you look at the what do you call it, the chemical construction, the molecular like model of DMT, the main chunk of it is like LSD, and then if you take portions of it off, like how you can like break chemical bonds, you take chunks of it out and it's like, this is LSD, this is psilocybin, this is cannabis, cannabinoids, like any like mind altering drug, its chemical compound is a derivative of the larger compound of DMT.
Interesting.
And it's real strong.
You know that from personal experience, Matt?
Possibly not admitting anything. It is powerful stuff.
See, this is why your name is Map. You found your way back.
I didn't eggless travel, unfortunately.
Are you sure?
I might have once, honestly, but I don't know.
If only we had some way to metricize this, but I mean, without some sort of top-down view, we're in it. You can't observe. We're part of the picture, you know?
That's a weird thing, because if it is, we shouldn't even, well, no. If it was like the demons or anything, we wouldn't know anything.
Yeah. But this is something...
even the name would be gone.
Yeah. But we get like echoes of what was, and now, you know, that's weird. That's like, because there's no way to... It reminds me of those like episodes of like, I don't know, like Star Trek or something, where something happens and nobody notices it. Like the world.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, what's the one where like everything is the battle world all of a sudden? Like the Enterprise has like 3 warp drives and like.
Oh yeah, and Riker's all fucking crazy looking. And, and he's the captain.
And they're just like, that's normal for them immediately. Right. But then going back, that's immediately normal. They don't even recognize it. They're just like, well, that was weird.
Yeah, there's one where Beverly Crusher is like outside of the time stream or something and experiences that, where she's just like, why is everybody disappearing and no one remembers who anyone is?
Yeah.
Kind of a thing.
So it's like we could be completely unable to notice that. It's like it's I think about that sometimes, like if there's like a being that is truly extra dimensional, we have no way to perceive it. You can't see it. And if we can't see it, we can't interact with it. You can't hear it. You can't anything with it. But it can fuck with you. That's like that's pretty weird.
I mean, that's Cthulhu.
That's essentially what Cthulhu is. That's why he drives people insane, because it's just too...
And no one can ever describe what they quote-unquote see.
Because he looks like, you know...
Nothing you've ever... can experience. Yeah. It's nothing you can experience in this plane.
Yeah.
But it's reaching its way through.
And I'm real glad that we've turned that into, like, plushies.
Dude, if like an Elder One showed up and saw like a fucking chibi Cthulhu doll, I bet they'd be pretty upset.
I mean, I would be. It's like, dude,
I'm big. Why did they
real
do that?
big. Oh man, you know that was. But yeah, so that's essentially what Eggless Travel is. It's interesting. It has a lot of potential depth. But
I feel like it's more of like a philosophical,
it's like a
fun
what if
thing. Yeah, it's much more of a fun, like, to just figure. I don't know. It's that wasn't a terrible description of the first five dimensions, though, which is all right.
It's just
because whenever anybody says the fourth dimension is time, that's really hard to understand. But the way he said it actually kind of like
it works.
It's okay. Yeah, it's like a collection of your memory. So it's like it's the knowledge of an entire existence in a line, like not like it's weird.
Yeah, and so it's well written. I mean, it's poorly written, but it's well structured.
Yes,
it's so you
it gets off the rails. It starts to speed wobble after the flowers, smile flowers, and then
why is that there?
And then you're just grinding your skin against concrete by the end of it.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's so yeah. A lot of this is dealt with consciousness. And except for the goddamn trolls, which didn't deal with anything.
Yeah, we ended up nowhere near where we wanted to be.
This was a weird one because we had an idea where we were going, and we ended up in Ong's hat. Yeah. So,
I did watch one funny video. It was like a dad and his 3 daughters in the woods, or no, it's the Pine Barrens. That's where it's not at the Catskills. It's in the Pine Barrens in New Jersey, is where it's supposed to be, and they're like wandering through it on some. They're doing like they're following some trail or whatever, and they keep talking. The little girl keeps talking about like Ong's hat and maybe we'll find it and stuff, and then they like she finds like a journal on the ground that's just full of gobbledygook, like a child younger than her had it.
Yeah.
And just dropped it, and she's like, "This is the journal of a child from Ong's hat," and the dad's like, "Yeah, maybe, but probably not." Like,
you find what you want to find, I guess, man. It's like, yeah, I'm sure it's definitely from Ong's hat. Oh man. Well, let's see if anybody is from Ong's hat out there.
Yeah.
Send us an email.
What if an eggless traveler just popped in right here and kicked us both in the dick? For saying all this
Please.
stuff.
Just like validation, verification, something solid. A pain in my nuts would be fine.
I just love when I first saw eggless travel. I was like, I feel like this is gonna be impossible to find anything on.
And it was hard, but it's not impossible.
Hard, but it's not impossible.
There's
but
actually
Highway Trolls is just a fucking nothing.
Yeah, pretty much. There's another. I'm not sure if it's a podcast. I guess it is a podcast called Dead Rabbit Radio, and that guy did an episode on eggless travel. I did not listen to it, but it had some links in there that I did use. So yes, but he talks about Ong's hat and eggless travel. It's only 23 minutes, so it's like ours, but shorter and better. I imagine. But yeah, so I guess and the real sad thing is we don't have a Goose Lady to wrap this up with. We're done.
I tried to get something from PP Squelly, but he said he'll look for something tomorrow.
Hold on, I got
time right now.
I got a Hail Mary here that we might. This is gonna just be. I'm gonna go into our email, and we do. He gave us a very long email full of emails. That was the initial one. Goose Lady was just at the bottom. So if we find, I'm just gonna I'm gonna scroll to a random one, and that'll be what we do. Here we go. This is incredibly long. Okay, here we go. I'm at this one right here. Oh my God, dude, we should have read through this a lot sooner. Yeah. Flat Earth and Nirabu.
Oh, nice.
Comment and question. What is the truth about the flat Earth, parenthetically, under a glass dome per Bible scriptures, end of parenthetically, and Nirabu, another planet like the sun that is coming towards the Earth that will cause Earth's axis shifting and destruction being espoused by some sectors and Antarctica's civilizations under the aliens? See YouTube regarding these matters.
Oh my God. Don't know what I'm talking about? Just reference YouTube.
They say NASA is telling lies and the Earth is round like a ball and not hollow. Pictures of Earth is fake, that Earth does not rotate, but only the sun and moon moves, etc. Hope NASA should make an official announcement or statement to dispute/debunk these theories. And I want to read another one just because the next one...
Wait, how he started at flat Earth and then he's like, why are you telling us the Earth's not hollow?
He's just like, that guy was all over the place. Yeah. But this one I like because there is a whole line of it that is exclamation points.
Yes.
So, topic, other, subject, what the fuck? Comment/question. This is no bullshit. I am going to get even.
Coming for you, NASA.
Humans will be executed as per your infidelities. Ooh. NASA is greater than now shitface goddammit. Now! Someone grow up and contact those Middle Earth...
What?
Those Middle Earth fucking liars and get me out of this motherfucking prison now. Whole line of exclamation points. I mean like 25 of them.
What the fuck is he talking about?
That's the subject.
Middle Earthers?
He
wants Gandalf to show up and save him?
Someone do your goddamned homework and find out who I am. And that I am madder than goddamn shitface hell at the Middle Earth for forsaking who and what we are.
Oh my God.
Some heads are going to roll. Maybe killing me would be in your best interest. Of course, you are too fucking stupid to realize this is a cry for motherfucking... This is a cry for motherfucking help while you cunts lay idle. God damn you, Jew-worshipping fucking criminal cunts. God damn the Middle Earth and everyone in it.
What is the Middle Earth? Does he mean like, is he a hollow earther and that's the center of the earth? He keeps referring to it as Middle Earth. It's just making me laugh.
Oh my God.
Oh,
you can
my God.
try and contact me, but it is unlikely. You will have the conviction to do so. Do your fucking homework and find out who was responsible for your existence. God damn! Tell those whores of life to get me out of this fucking prison right goddamn now! I will execute some of you in the Middle Earth, you fucking uneducated ass cunt idiots. The sooner I get out of here, the less I will execute. It's a metric, man. Enjoy the fucking funerals just like we do. Fucking criminals. That is all you are and all you will ever be. Get me out of this fucking goddamn prison now, you shit-faced liars. You won't think it is so funny when you sample my stick.
My stick? Stick?
Stick!
He's gonna, well, I guess he's fighting Middle Earthers. I guess you would use like a stick. I was expecting a gun, maybe? Oh, no.
Oh, that's the end. That's it.
Oh, okay,
I'm just looking at some of these other ones.
We can't.
They go, these are nuts, man. All right, we've got a shitload more for you people in store.
Good.
We just discovered, we Hail Married, and we hit pay dirt.
Beautiful.
There's going to be, there's at least 50 emails in that thing, so that's good for at least a while. Oh, Jesus, that was awesome. Okay, well, you know, this has been a shorter, weirder, bizarre episode. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Well, now we know we got to fight the Middle Earthers to save us from this prison planet we're on.
God damn it, now!
Shit-faced cunt heads.
Oh, my God. Well, I don't know. I got nothing else. You got anything?
No.
Okay, well, this has been Ba.
Oh, this has been Matt.
I guess I should try and have an enlightened day or something.
You have just listened to They Know, a pseudo-educational podcast about pseudo-science and conspiracy theories, available only on Thunder Grunt. Questions, complaints, conspiracy theories, and other truths can be posted to facebook.com/TheyKnowPodcast. Trust no one, except us, of course.
There's what? There's build this there winging us and everything else. Just maybe it. Make a beam to us. No, I got emails.
No, what?
You know, fear system. Hey, what's new? This milk stops. The other one I should mark. Eat them out. You'll sit in order, chief. You'll off. Fair march this.